Without crowds of tourists, top 5 least visited countries on the planet. Some of the most popular countries for travel are France, Spain, and the USA. The most visited city in the world is Bangkok in Thailand. About 22 million people go there every year. Paris is the second most visited city in France. It receives more than 17.4 million foreign guests per year. Other destinations are less popular. One reason is distance, which makes travel more expensive. Some may have an underdeveloped tourism industry, others are too small to accommodate large numbers of tourists. Some other destinations may be dangerous or difficult to reach. For example, North Korea, Somalia. However, the number of tourists who visit a country does not necessarily indicate a lesser travel experience. Countries that are not visited much by foreigners are often beautiful, less spoiled by people, and cheaper. Which countries receive the fewest foreigners? The UN World Tourism Organization has identified 5 destinations that are least likely to suffer from over-tourism. These are the countries with the fewest annual visitors. What all of these destinations have in common is their relative inaccessibility, which prevents the arrival of large numbers of guests. Tourists have to spend time, effort, and money to get to their final destination. Such is the case with the least visited country in the world, the Polynesian archipelago of Tuvalu. For example, a trip from Paris to Tuvalu and back requires a budget of about 3,500 euros because there are no direct flights. The same goes for the Marshall Islands, the journey from Europe to which can take up to 42 hours, including transfers. In fact, this applies to many of the Pacific destinations that are on this list. 5. Micronesia. Micronesia is one of the world's smallest countries. This island nation is made up of 4 states, Pohnpei, Yap, Kosrae, and Chuuk. But there is little chance that residents will ever know each other. The states, with their capital Palikir, are scattered across 600 islands with a total coastline of about 6,000 kilometers. Getting there, accordingly, is problematic. You can only get to the island of Yap, for example, through the islands of Guam or Palau. Like many other islands, Yap is a snorkeling and diving paradise. It is famous for its stingrays, which mate off the island in February, but can also be seen during the rest of the year. It goes without saying that in addition to diving, tourists will find wide beaches for relaxation and secluded coves. Everything you need to feel alone in the world. The tourist flow is only 18,000 tourists per year. 4. Kiribati. Attendance, 5,000 people per year. Most people have never even heard of these paradise islands in the Pacific Ocean on both sides of the equator. Why is it worth visiting? View maps and satellite photos of these islands. This is the only place on Earth that is located in all 4 hemispheres at once. The 33 atolls are so far apart that it would take 6 hours to fly by jet from the easternmost to the westernmost island. But due to rising water levels in the ocean, the islands are under threat of flooding, so our grandchildren will no longer be able to find them. Coming here means seeing a piece of history. 3. Niue. Niue is one of the smallest countries in the world. This is a tiny island in the South Pacific Ocean. There are no crowds, long lines, traffic lights, or frantic pace of life on the island. Tourists can enjoy swimming and diving, kayaking, ATV tours, or simply walking around the area, from beaches to tropical forests, plantations, or vanilla farms. You can fly to Niue only once a week. 2. Marshall Islands. The Marshall Islands are located in the Pacific Ocean between the Philippines and Hawaii. They attract with clean white sand beaches and a variety of marine life. There are more than 160 species of corals alone. The Marshall Islands are deeply entrenched in World War II history, first serving as a Japanese base and then becoming the site of nuclear testing by the US military. The islands are also at risk of flooding. 1. Tuvalu. Tourism in Tuvalu means crystal-clear blue waters and palm-lined beaches. Diving is especially popular there in a protected area with many reefs, lagoons, and animal habitats, including sea turtles. Also popular are yachting, trips to the local bakery, the National Library, and various World War II sites. Fiji Airways flies to Tuvalu's only international airport. Tuvalu is one of the 22 Pacific Island countries most affected by climate change. Children in Tuvalu are taught in school that they may be the last generation to grow up on the island. Then it may end up underwater due to rising sea levels. Friends, travel, and you will be happy.